If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine, and maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them, from disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you ready, kids? Get your parents' permission, check your mailbox, and grab your shopping cart. It's time for the Adventures in Collecting podcast.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Dave. Welcome to Adventures in Collecting, where we talk toy news, culture, and hauls,
along with our journeys as collectors. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Premium Toyetic Event. On Premium Toyetic Event, of course, we break down who is the most toyetic from a WWE, AEW, a professional wrestling premium live event or pay-per-view. And in this case, this is a special edition of Premium Toyetic Event, as we are turning back the clock and we are taking a look at the infamous Wrestlemania 9. So, recently debuted on Peacock. There is a great documentary about the making of Wrestlemania 9 and how, in a lot of ways, it was the first in the kind of pageantry of WrestleMania. WrestleMania went from being a globally televised, super booked house show to being the spectacle that we know and love today. And in the modern WrestleManias, it was really the first of its kind. And if you have not checked out the documentary, I highly, highly recommend it, as there is some really cool, never before seen behind the scenes footage in there, some really great interviews, some really great perspective from the show, and whether you love it or hate it, one of the things that is most evident about WrestleMania 9 is just how toyetic it was. And we know that because there have been quite a few releases already over the years from Mattel, from WrestleMania 9, Elites, Ultimates. There's a lot of ground covered. In fact, after the 6 picks that we're going to go through today from Dave and I, in terms of who we think should be made in figure form from WrestleMania 9, it would basically complete the entire show, which I don't know if that's ever been accomplished before, if that's ever happened. But effectively we're like 6-ish figures away from completing all of WrestleMania 9. So again, whether you love the show, whether you hated that show, whether the ending was the most infuriating thing that you've ever seen, or one of the coolest things you've ever seen, depending on where you stand on the spectrum of Hulkamania. Spoilers. It is definitely a memorable WrestleMania, both visually and from some of those booking decisions. So real quick, before we hop into our picks for this Premium Toyetic event, a little bit of housekeeping. So speaking of WrestleMania, our current monthly giveaway over on our Instagram account at AIC_podcast is a WrestleMania 12 Ultimate Edition San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Shawn Michaels. So all throughout the month of April, you can visit us at AIC_podcast on Instagram. There is a pinned post on our profile that will have all the instructions you need on what you need to do to enter. So this Shawn Michaels was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and was available on Mattel Creations and is since sold out, even though some people are finding it showing up at Ross. But you can win one. You still don't have to pay for one. So all of the rules, the instructions, what you need to do to enter are on that pinned post, and we will announce the winner on May 1st. So make sure you get those entries in by April 30th. One more time, that's at AIC_podcast on Instagram. With that, let's jump into these picks for WrestleMania 9. So one more time, just kind of setting the rules, setting the stage for our premium Toyetic event. This is not about who won, who had the best performance. This is not about who lost. This is not about who was controversial. This is purely who we thought was the most Toyetic. And at this point, again, going back in time and looking back on this, who has not yet had a figure from Mattel or is in dire need of an upgrade. So I'm going to kick it over to Dave for his first pick.
All right, for choice number one for WrestleMania 9, probably the worst WrestleMania ever. I don't know, is it worse than 2? Is it worse than 11? I think it is. I think it might be. I'm gonna go with that it is. But for this difficult challenge, I'm going to pick probably the shortest and... No, it's not the worst match on the card. I'll get to that later. But it's probably the shortest, maybe? And that's Bob Backlund is my first choice. Bob Backlund only has one figure, and it was that collector's edition heel Mr. Bob Backlund with the robe and the WWE title. I would like a early 80s world champion, WWF world champion Bob Backlund. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if this were to happen, this would be about the closest thing that we're going to get. The match with Razor wasn't long, it wasn't great, but it happened on the show. So my first choice for premium Toyetic event is a very not particularly Toyetic wrestler in Guy in maroon trunks. But he is a legend and deserves to have another figure. So let's get post-Royal Rumble comeback Bob Backlund with the longer hair as choice number 1.
Alright, so for my first pick, I'm headed straight to the main event, the original main event. Not before it turned into a double main event. But the original main event, Bret Hart versus Yokozuna. We already have 2 incredible Ultimate Editions, several for Bret, and one incredible Ultimate Edition for Yokozuna, of course, in the red and black with the entrance coat. But we're missing the most integral, really, the most integral part of the finish of the match, and one of the greatest managers of all time, Mr. Fuji. So whether it was his long run with Demolition or his time with Yokozuna, Mr. Fuji is one of the greats, and is a highly esteemed manager, amazing heel manager, and of course with the Salt Bucket he had the cost Bret the title, and then tried to do the same to the Hulkster and failed. Ended up getting Yokozuna instead. But he's a fantastic manager. He has been such an integral part of character development for so many superstars over the years, and he is long overdue for an action figure. So it doesn't have to be an Ultimate Edition, but an elite Mr. Fuji to pair with whether it's the Ultimate Yokozuna from the Legends line, the Target exclusive Legends line, the from the Vault that was recently put out in from Ringside, or even going back to the Royal Rumble wave Yokozuna. So there have been several Yokozuna figures that are in desperate need of their manager. So my first pick is that Mr. Fuji, and he can come exactly the way that you see him at WrestleMania 9. That was his kind of standard look. So even if it's not necessarily a WrestleMania 9 figures exclusively, it would work for anything. And they do those PLE waves, with the Build-A-Figure. I know that there's always some kind of trepidation about putting a manager as an actual figure in the wave on card. He would be a great Build-A-Figure. So they could absolutely put out a WrestleMania wave and make him the Build-A-Figure. So would absolutely love to see Mr. Fuji come to the Elite line.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This segment is brought to you by our friends at Chubsy Wubsy Toys. A traditional mom-and-pop toy store in Little Falls, New Jersey, Chubsy Wubsy Toys brings you the best new toys from the brands you love without the hassle of pounding the pavement searching for them at larger retail stores. Visit them in person at their brand new home at 101 Newark Pompton Turnpike, Suite 1 in Little Falls, New Jersey, or online at chubsywubsy.com. That's CHUBZYWUBZZY.com. And tell them Adventures in Collecting sent you.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And now, back to the show.
Hey, I'm back. Choice number 2. My second choice is going to be Kona Crush. From that weird Doink match where it's babyface Kona Crush against Doink and mirror image Doink, who was Steve Kieran. We already have a good Doink Ultimate that came with the new generation entranceway, so I don't think we need another Doink. But now that Bryan Adams' family has signed a Legends deal, I know we want Axe Smash and Crush and Demolition figures, but I also kind of want a Kona Crush figure. I liked Kona Crush when I was a kid. Babyface Crush was cool. He had the bright colors, the pink and the purple and the orange gear, and let's primarily orange and purple, but I think there were pink elements in there. But let's get Kona Crush. Kona Crush had really cool theme music too, and he had the finishing move where he's gonna squeeze your head. Kona Crush. Let's go Kona Crush as choice number 2. And we're gonna have the biggest why not wrestler from a show of why not matches. You know where I'm going next pick, so we'll be back in a minute.
Sticking with the theme of managers, my next pick takes us to our Intercontinental title defense at WrestleMania 9. She accompanied Shawn Michaels to the ring, Luna Vachon. Another amazing heel manager. She terrified me as a kid. Genuinely terrified me. But again, talk about a toyetic character. I mean, she's just fantastic. Shawn in the black and silver, her in her black and chains and her hair and her face makeup, and Luna, every time she opened her mouth, I was terrified. Every time she was on screen, I was terrified. It's a shame we really never got to see her really wrestle. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of documentary information that she was very, very good in the ring, and unfortunately just was in the WWE at the wrong time for that. But her as a manager, as a valet, just one of the best, absolutely one of the best. And the pairing of her and Shawn Michaels was Shawn's had some great heaters over the years. Whether that was him kind of eventually getting China as a heater, through via Triple H and DX, going back to Diesel, but Luna Vachon, just unrivaled excellence in that category. And I know she's never had a Mattel figure. I don't know if Classic Superstars ever touched her, if Jax ever did her, but she is long overdue for a good action figure. And Shawn's valets and heaters have had good treatment from Mattel. So let's hit for the cycle, guys. Let's get Luna Vachon an action figure. Let's get her into the line, and that is my next pick.
Giant Gonzalez. The third pick is Giant Gonzalez. I think the only Undertaker victory during the streak that wasn't by pinfall, the match that almost messed up a gimmick from a decade down the road or longer. What can I say other than it's shocking that there's only one Giant Gonzalez figure. No, two. There was a Hasbro and a Jax Giant Gonzalez figure. But if we can get a Legends deal for Giant Gonzalez and get him the figure, why not, right? Like, that's kind of a perfect Comic-Con exclusive. Giant Gonzalez in the weird muscle bodysuit with, I don't think WrestleMania 9 he had the fur patches, so I think it was just like the anatomy was airbrushed out, I think. It's such a weird bodysuit. Like, it reminds me of what's the guy? Was it Slim Goodbody was his name? The guy who, like, was the educational show in the 80s where he had, like, a bodysuit of organs and he was teaching you, like, health. I guess this was the WWE version of that, only with chloroform and 7 feet tall. So yeah, he wins the match Undertaker wins the match by DQ thanks to chloroform, and the early streak continues. Thank goodness. So yeah, Giant Gonzalez. Nothing more to say. Choice number 3 for Premium Toyetic event. Sorry, everyone. Or you're welcome, everyone. Because I actually, now that I think about it, I kind of do want this to be a figure. Like, it's a missing piece for a lot of people's collection. Like, you can't, unless you get the Classic Superstar, I don't think well, there's a lot of people missing on the streak, actually. Now that I think about it. But, yeah. You can, get one step closer to completing the Undertaker's streak in figure form. Giant Gonzalez, pick number 3.
Okay, my final pick. Now, this might be controversial. I don't know. I don't think it's controversial. Especially since we're talking about the documentary, which again, I'm going to plug it again. I'm not getting paid to plug it. I genuinely enjoyed this documentary, so I highly, highly, highly recommend you check it out if you are a wrestling fan. But one of the through lines of the documentary is they're interviewing Charles Wright, so the Godfather, Papa Shango at the time, is a Las Vegas native, and had lots of family, friends. He worked the indies in the area. He was very excited to be booked at WrestleMania 9 in Vegas, hoping he could wrestle in front of his family and friends. As time will tell you, he did not make it onto the card. There was no televised match, but through the documentary, I learned that he wrestled El Matador, Tito Santana, in the dark match before WrestleMania 9 went live. And they put on, from what I could tell from what they showed, they put on a clinic, got the crowd nice and warmed up, which is what that dark match is supposed to do, and then WrestleMania 9 went on air. So we recently got an amazing, incredible, amazing Ultimate Edition of Papa Shango in that Ultimate Warrior 2-pack. So he's good. Check. It's been a long time since we've gotten a Tito Santana figure, and we need El Matador. So for my third and final pick, I am going with Dark Match Tito Santana El Matador. Did Tito Santana need rebranding? No, he's an amazing wrestler, always was, but it was the new gen era, it was the 90s, everybody needed a side gig for their character. So, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat became an actual dragon that breathed fire when he came in the ring, and Tito Santana became a matador. So I would absolutely love in that pink and green get up El Matador. Yeah, that's my final pick. Tito Santana, El Matador. I think there was recently an announcement that a Legends deal had been reached with Tito, and I think he was part of that group with Tito and Crush and King Kong Bundy and Demolition. So fingers crossed. I mean, I love the new gen era stuff. That's the wrestling that I grew up on. I remember watching when I was a kid. That was, whatever you think about it now, I loved all that stuff. I love the goofiness of wrestling sometimes. It's entertainment. I mean, that's what it was. And 9-year-old, or at that time 6-year-old Eric, really, really liked all that stuff, and I still like it as an adult. So I would absolutely love a El Matador Tito Santana figure. And again, technically it's from WrestleMania 9 because he was on that dark match. But he's wearing his standard gear, so just give me an El Matador figure. That's all. All right, so there you have it. There are our picks from WrestleMania 9. It's been fun to go back and look at some of these, this older event. And I think we're going to be doing more of this in the future, leading up to some of these big PLEs, maybe the big 4 ones. We'll go back and take a look at an older PLE and see who we can get crossed off the board potentially, right? Yeah, absolutely love this. If you have any suggestions for us, if there's a particular PLE or pay-per-view that you want us to cover historically, let us know in the comments. While you're down there leaving a comment, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like, all that good stuff, the bell icon. You don't want to miss any new videos when we put one out. If you are listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, wherever you enjoy podcasts, thank you. And make sure you rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. We are live every Monday with a new episode of some kind. And with that, we will be back next week with a full-length episode of Adventures in Collecting, followed by another premium Toyetic event as we will look at WrestleMania 41. With that, I think it's time to sign off. This has been your premium Toyetic event. Until next time.
Thank you, dear listener, for hanging out with us today. Subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you listen, and then tell your friends to do it. Thanks also to Joe Azari, the golden voice behind our intro. Our music is Game Boy Horror by the Zombie Dandies. Find more about them both in our show notes.
Follow us on social media at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Stop by and say hi, show us your toy hauls, and share your toy stories. Maybe we'll talk about it in a future episode.
Don't try this at home. Void where prohibited and some assembly required. Each sold separately, not a flying toy. Consult a physician if your toy run exceeds more than 4 hours.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.